It was extremely chaotic.
This morning, we have an update on Sunday night's disturbance on the west side, what police think happened.
Plus, the new bill proposing to keep the Brewers in Milwaukee until 2050.
And we are looking at the rain spreading across the Madison area, impacting the travel already this morning. We'll see how long this will last coming up.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Brighter. Leland Shides off this morning. We start with Kelly Slifka, keeping an eye on the weather and the traffic, which is going to probably be impacting both this morning.
Yeah, because it's not hitting at a good time. You know, people are just starting to head off to work or school this morning here, and it's going to be impacting us for the next several hours. So that'll impact most of the rush hour. Generally light to moderate rain. A lot of this is weakened a little bit as it's moved into Madison, but still causing some very wet roads, some ponding of water on the roads, especially on the west side this morning. See some of that moderate rain up there in parts of Sauk County as well. Even into western Dane County toward Vermont, headed over there toward Verona. You can see some of that yellow on the southwest side, possibly headed over to Fitchburg this morning. Actually, the northeast side, wondering what's all the hoopla is about. Not much rain there from DeForest right along I-39 there, headed southbound. But most of that rain will continue to spread on to the east throughout the next hour or so. So traveling this morning, we've got the rain out there, some ponding of water on the roads, especially on the west side this morning. And the sun will be up here in about 40 minutes. Keep the headlights on, even though the daylight will be out. So that's just so other people can see you. So the moderate rain spreading through this morning. Here we're at 8, 9 o'clock. A lot of this continuing, but should start to wind down after 10 o'clock, become more scattered. Then after about noon, I think most of this is out of here. Just looking at cloudy skies with some sun expected down to the southwest. That'll warm those temperatures up through the 70s. Otherwise, we're looking at the rain right now spreading across the area. Temperatures in the 50s rising through the lower 60s. Watch out for some of that ponding of water on the roads. First warn traffic, we do have that accident still causing some delays. We are getting reports that they are starting to open up these lanes here. This is right at Rimrock Road. These are the eastbound lanes. We did have a couple of lanes blocked, and obviously there's still some delays. So that's your first warn traffic this morning.
All right, Kelly. Thank you. Coming up on 6:02 right now, the Milwaukee Brewers are staying put after a new deal was reached with Wisconsin lawmakers.
Our Shane Hogan is here with how this deal came together and what taxpayers need to know about it. Shane, we've seen a proposal from the governor. We have one from Republicans now. Lawmakers agreeing that they want the Brewers to stay in Wisconsin. It's just a matter of how to fund it, right?
Exactly, but that's the main thing. The Brewers are going to stay. That's what Brewer fans should know. Through 2050, they will be in Milwaukee after this new stadium deal. So of the $700 million it took to get it done, more than $600 million would come from public funding, while the team itself would contribute $100 million. Now, a report commissioned by the Brewers and another from a state consultant found numerous upgrades and renovations are needed for American Family Field. Now, the plan still needs approval from the Assembly, like you said, Chris, and it would need to be signed by Governor Evers.
The amount of money that was generated and has been spent so far doesn't even allow the team to remain in Wisconsin unless something is done as quickly as possible. Now, I come from a part of Wisconsin where the original Brewers deal wasn't all that popular. So I promise you today, the deal that we are putting together and set to announce is good for the taxpayers, it's good for the state, and it's good for the team.
Now, there is some pushback from Wisconsin Democrats on this deal. Lawmakers say the $202.5 million Milwaukee County and the city would have to cover was too high of a price on local taxpayers. A spokesperson for Governor Evers says the governor looks forward to reviewing Republicans' proposal and continuing conversations on a plan that provides additional flexibility and minimizes harm for local partners while ensuring we keep this important economic driver and thousands of jobs in our state. But all in all, the Brew Crew sound like they will be staying here in Milwaukee for the foreseeable future. But Chris and Josh, again, it still comes down to those final points between lawmakers here. But right now, seems like both sides want the team here to stay.
Yeah, it's all about finding that middle ground. Shane, thank you.
Well, happening tomorrow, the Wisconsin State Legislature will gather at the Capitol for a special legislative session. Governor Evers says he wants to pass a plan to help fix the state's worker shortage. Part of that plan includes more than $365 million in an investment in child care, including the pandemic-era Child Care Counts program. Republicans say they oppose the plan because it would increase government spending rather than cut taxes. Republicans don't have to debate or vote in this session. We have seen them do this in the past a few times where they ignore Governor Evers' calls for a special session and gavel in and out rather quickly.
A follow-up now to breaking news we first brought you yesterday morning here on the broadcast. Madison police say Sunday night's disturbance on Atterbury Circle was a stabbing and a shooting. Police say they found a 20-year-old man with a gunshot wound outside, then went to a nearby home where they heard screaming. They found 2 children in the basement and got them out. Police also found multiple people with stab wounds. They think the man with the gunshot wound pulled out a knife during a fight and someone he stabbed shot him. Police haven't made any arrests. The man with the gunshot wound is expected to survive.
Meantime, the man accused of killing his girlfriend in October of 2022 has a $1 million cash bond this morning. 79-year-old Larry Manthe of Wyacina is facing first-degree murder charges and accusations of domestic abuse. Police arrested Manthe last Friday for allegedly killing 76-year-old Alice Langer. The two were living together, and Langer reportedly was planning to move out of their home when she died of a gunshot wound to the head. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7 at 800-799-7233.
Right now, a former Sun Prairie School resource officer is officially facing charges of sexually assaulting a child. The Dane County District Attorney's Office says someone told Sun Prairie Police in June of this year that a school resource officer assaulted him in high school. That person, called Victim 1, was 16 at the time of the alleged assault. The victim says Crockett manipulated him and acted as a shoulder to cry on. There are more details to the story that we'll have in our next half hour. You can access it through our Newsstream Now mobile app as well. That is free, available right now.
We have an update on 3 Milwaukee children police say were missing as of Friday. Cedrian, Mercedes, and Cedric McContry are all safe this morning. Milwaukee police aren't saying anything outside of the fact that they were found safe as of Monday afternoon.
6:06 right now. Illinois residents no longer have to wait for a trial in jail if they can't afford to pay a court in exchange for their release. Illinois is the first state to end cash bail with the Pretrial Fairness Act. The state's attorney for Cook County has been advocating for the abolition of cash bail for years. Here's what she had to say about pushback from the critics of the new law.
What is so fearful about having a system that is fair and just? What is so disarming about making sure that people are not detained because they are poor? What is it about the demographic that is impacted by this system that is so chilling to others throughout this state?
Opponents of the law worry it will lead to an increase in crime. The law will not apply to suspects of violent crimes like assault.
Hunter Biden is suing the IRS. The president's son alleges 2 IRS agents illegally revealed his tax return information, failing to protect his private records. His suit is centered on testimony and public statements from the agents and their lawyers when they claim that there was a pattern of slow-walking investigative steps into Hunter Biden's tax case. Biden is seeking all documents involved, $1,000 for each unauthorized disclosure, and legal fees.
Right now, let's take a live look at Washington, D.C., where a group of Republicans and Democrats will meet today to work on a bipartisan plan to fund the government. This comes as tensions in the Republican-controlled House are flaring while a potential shutdown looms. GOP hardliners like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene are opposing a temporary spending bill other GOP lawmakers worked on this weekend in an attempt to keep the government open. This is a plan which would likely have been rejected by Democrats in the Senate.
The United Way of Dane County's 2023 campaign is officially underway. This year's goal is $18.1 million. At a kickoff event at Stevens Field yesterday, the United Way works with local nonprofits, businesses, and others to solve big picture issues. For every dollar donated, United Way says the return is more than 6 times in total community impact. To find volunteer opportunities and see where donations help, head to UnitedWayDaneCounty.org.
Happening tonight, City Council will vote on whether miniature pigs are allowed to be kept as pets in Madison. You might be familiar with a famous local pig, Baconette. Her owner, Jeremy Linville, received a notification to get rid of the pig back in July. This is due to an ordinance that says no one can have a pig, hog, boar, or swine in city limits. That ordinance has not been enforced yet, but depending on how the council votes tonight, Baconette could be evicted.
All right, back to our breaking news of the morning. We have a live picture now of the Beltline near Rimrock Road, where the eastbound lanes have been closed down because of a car accident. It has caused some backups, and it looks like things are moving smoother than they have been in the last 40 minutes or so. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to get an update on the traffic impacts with Kelly Slifka and your First Warn Traffic. Coming up, a tough loss for the Brewers, especially William Wilson. Andrew Bandstra has the details and a family feud on the field.
And the rain continues to impact much of southern Wisconsin this morning. We'll see how long it will last. That First Warn forecast coming up.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh Hy-Vee chicken breast, just $1.88 a pound. Jack's Pizza, just $2.77. And Hy-Vee chili style or kidney beans, 2 for just 98 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are 6-pack Pepsi products, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Cheez-It crackers, just $2.48. And Colorado peaches, just $1.88 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
All right, we're back taking a look now at that crash in the Beltline. This is eastbound right at Rimrock Road. It is causing some backups this morning. It's a rainy morning commute. You see the off-ramp there for Rimrock Road. Traffic has been slowed down pretty good. Kelly Slifka has been monitoring the impacts. Kelly, how are things looking there for commuters headed east?
Looks like we're having some issues with Kelly's microphone there. Now on to our next story. If you drive a minivan, listen up this morning. There are warnings to consumers out there. Christian Benavidez has that story right now.
In a new round of crash tests, 4 types of minivans were smashed into a barrier at 40 miles per hour. The vehicles did a good job protecting the driver, but all received a low grade when it came to backseat safety.
The results are disappointing because customers buy minivans to transport their families.
Jessica Jermakian is Vice President of Vehicle Research at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. The group found the seatbelts in the back either put too much pressure on the chest or slid up, increasing the risk of abdominal injuries. According to the IIHS, the risk of fatal injury is 46% higher for people in the back of the vehicle. SUVs and mid-sized cars also failed to achieve a good grade in earlier research. It's important to stress vehicles are not less safe than before. The test is new and exposing the issue for the first time.
We expect the automakers to put in better belt technology.
Jermakian wants back belts to have the same pretensioners and load limiters you find in the front seat.
So a pretensioner tightens the belt on the occupant, coupling them to the vehicle and helping them ride down the crash, and the load limiter reduces the forces on the chest.
The IIHS emphasizes those improvements can make these vehicles even safer.
For a bit more context on how the research works, the dummy used in the back seat was the size of a 12-year-old.
All right, let's get out to Kelly Slipka now. He is in a rainy backyard patio, and we are watching that crash on the Beltline. Kelly?
Yeah, you know, obviously with the rain falling, we haven't really had to deal with a whole lot of rain in the mornings, so just got to be patient this morning, allow some extra time, and slow down. We've had an accident this morning that has caused quite a few delays there on the Beltline, and we still have some delays. It's on the eastbound lanes right there at Rimrock Road. You can see that red on those eastbound lanes, basically from 151, just about to 151, all the way toward John Nolan Drive in the red, indicating those delays. And as we showed you that live look, a lot of police cars in that area. So allow some extra time if you are headed off to a work or school this morning, because we got the light to moderate rain right now in Madison. I know it has not really moved too far to the north, so Sun Prairie not really seeing this. DeForest probably not seeing this rain yet, but in the Madison area, especially the west side, Middleton, or down toward Verona, Fitchburg, and then as you head off to the south and east toward Janesville, seeing that light to moderate rain. And it will continue for the next couple of hours, so that will be impacting the morning commute completely. So allow extra time, keep the lights on, and just slow down. 71 expected today. Clouds will keep our temperatures down a little bit, but still pretty close to our average. There's that sun up now at 6:41. But we do have the rain this morning, and it will be pretty steady, as mentioned, up until about 8, 9 o'clock before it starts to become more scattered. Then we're talking about some dry, warm weather. Low 80s tomorrow and also Thursday. We do have more chances of rain. This is going to be a slow-moving storm system later this week, Friday, continuing Saturday, Sunday, right into Monday of next week. Now, this morning's rain, the heaviest is going to actually fall right in Dane County. The additional rain that we're expecting, we could pick up another 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. You go north into Columbia County, north of Dane County, not much. So it's a kind of a quick cutoff from that range. Shield of rain moving through. So we got the rain falling this morning, fairly widespread, and noticing the chance of rain continue Friday, Saturday, right into Sunday. It looks like Sunday could be quite a washout. Unfortunately, for the end of the weekend, of course, we do need the rain. Definitely going to be watching football on Sunday. All right, temperatures right now in the 50s across the area. 59 right now in Madison, also Janesville, 59 in the Dells, across Dane County, 57 in Sauk City, and also Sun Prairie. Not really seeing that rain yet in Sun Prairie. So light to moderate rain, here we are at 8 o'clock, continuing right through the Madison area, but should start to break up after 9, 10 o'clock. And by the noon hour, most of this out of here. Just cloudy skies continuing. They may see some sun in southwestern areas of the state, and that will boost their temperatures in the 70s. I think we'll be in the lower 70s here in the Madison area. May see a little bit of that sun before the sun goes down. Then we're talking about a very slow-moving, see this area of low pressure just sitting over Minnesota and just rotating through. We're going to be on the warm side of it, so it's going to be relatively mild, but on and off showers and thunderstorm chances. Not going to be a complete washout Saturday, but Sunday looks like it's going to be a complete washout. Pretty steady rains expected by the end of the weekend. So we got the rain this morning, a break this afternoon through tomorrow and also Thursday before more chances of rain Friday, continuing through the weekend. And this is actually the first official day of fall arrives on Saturday. And it will feel more like fall by the beginning of next week.
Wisconsin beat Georgia Southern on Saturday, finishing their non-conference slate with a pair of wins and a loss. But now it is go time. Each of the Badgers' final 9 regular season games are against Big Ten opponents. Big Ten play starts on the road this Friday. Yes, Friday at Purdue at 6 p.m. Coach Fickell hopes 3 weeks of preparation have helped to build a new empire in Madison.
Rome wasn't built in 3 weeks, but we're hoping that Madison was built a little bit different right now in the first 3 weeks. But starting a Big Ten play is a big deal, obviously. And it's not like you didn't think that the other, first 3 weeks of the season were huge. But when it comes down to it, all your objectives, all your goals in the big picture is about, when you get to the league being ready to play.
And yesterday, Wisconsin junior safety Hunter Wohler was named the Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Week. This comes after snatching 2 of the 5 Badgers' interceptions on Saturday while adding 10 tackles and a sack. But the biggest Badgers win of the weekend came from Wisconsin volleyball. The top-ranked Badgers traveled to number 3 Florida and lost the first 2 sets in the best of 5. But on the road in a nationally televised game, Bucky stepped up. They'd win the final 3 sets to knock off number 3 Florida. Wisconsin remains the number 1 team in the country and stays undefeated. Speaking of number 1 teams in the country, fresh off their record-setting 7th national championship, Wisconsin women's hockey is the nation's number 1 team in the first USCHO poll. The Badgers open their season at Lindenwood on September 28th. Brewers down in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals, scoreless in the 4th. Wilson Contreras at the dish. He wraps a solo shot home run around the foul pole. That's the brother of Brewers catcher William Contreras, and he would provide the only run in the ballgame. St. Louis wins it 1-0, while Cards pitcher Adam Wainwright got his 200th MLB win, and the Brewers' Freddie Peralta allowed just 4 hits in 6 innings. That's your morning sports fix. Have a tantalizing Tuesday.
You too, Andrew. Still ahead, a former Badger breaking records in the NFL.
And that live look as we continue to track that breaking news. First warn traffic right now. This is at River Rock Road on the Beltline, the eastbound lanes. You can see police activity there right now. The right lanes are blocked, and it's having an impact on traffic. We're keeping an eye on that and the rain moving through the Madison Metro next.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. That's what I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
We're doing everything we can to reduce our carbon footprint.
We are 100% employee owned.
We are Barnes.
We know that a healthy green lawn is top of mind this time of year. Go with the Barnes 4-Step Lawn Care Program by scheduling a free consult with a licensed lawn care professional. Welcome to Barnesville. From planting to tree and shrub pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Discover the Barnes difference. Get started at barnesinc.net.
Flu season is here, and your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you stay healthy. Get your flu shot at Hy-Vee today and get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver. You can get your flu shot anytime the pharmacy is open. No appointment necessary. That's right, get your flu shot with no appointment necessary. Get your flu shot today and earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver, only at Hy-Vee. Some restrictions apply.
Need help turning your house into the home you love? We're celebrating you with a customer appreciation sale through September 30th, so you can find the perfect hardwood carpet and tile at a price you'll love. H&R Carpets and Flooring, Wanakee.
And Doug.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
So you only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. And you get out there and you make us proud, huh?
Bye, Uncle Emu.
Stay off the freeways. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
All right, we're back 6:25. Shane's here with What's Trending.
All right, guys, real quickly, it was a big night for former Badger. TJ Watt just became the Pittsburgh Steelers' all-time sack leader. A huge accomplishment for the former Badger. He also made one of the biggest plays of the game here last night. Scoop and score for the lead there for the Steelers. Watt, of course, played for the Badgers back in 15 and 16. Quite an accomplishment for TJ Watt.
One of the great brother combos in all of professional sports. So we are keeping an eye on this crash on the Beltline that's backing up traffic. Just got an update from the officer in charge. It doesn't appear that anybody is injured, so that is some really good news. It is still slowing things up. This is eastbound Beltline. Right lanes are closed at Rimrock as you approach the John Nolan exit. So right in the heart of the Beltline, right in the middle of town. That rain is not helping things out there either. We're going to keep tracking the showers, how long those are going to last today, and how long those backups are looking on the Beltline when News 3 Now This Morning returns.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Gear Up for Fall is on now at Sloan Implement. Get your John Deere Z500 series with 0% for 60 months or 1.9% for 48 months on Z700s.
Power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us prove to you that comfort and quality are affordable with any size double-hung window installed starting at $608.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
We got help to push back with Lybalvi.
Once daily prescription Lybalvi is proven to treat manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults to help you push back. Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose. Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused, or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs. Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing or falls.
Are you ready to push back against bipolar 1? Ask your doctor if Lybalvi is right for you.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Run with Sloan's on a John Deere X350, built for taking it easy. Get yours for $83 per month with 0% for 36 months. That's a big deal. Get a John Deere now and
Power up at Sloan's.
think Sloan's first.
Yeah, he was kind of creepy.
Right now, new details on a former Sun Prairie School resource officer's investigation, the criminal complaint that details allegations against him.
Plus, heads up on a new construction project that starts today that'll affect folks on the north side of Dane County.
And here's your first look outside as we wake up on this Tuesday. We are tracking some rain moving in, Kelly.
Yeah, rain pretty widespread across the Madison area, and we've got some light to moderate rain coming down. It will be for the next couple of hours, so allow a little extra time on your way to work this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. We just got an update on that crash that's been slowing things down on the Beltline that we'll get to here in just a moment.
Yeah, we're tracking that rain moving in, which is sure going to have an impact on traffic this morning.
Yeah, traffic usually starts to ramp up as we get closer to the 7 o'clock hour, so allow some extra time on the way to work. Slow down and also just allow a lot of extra space between vehicles. As we've got light to moderate rain moving through the Madison area, it's been really impacting the Middleton area, seeing the moderate rain there down toward Verona, seeing that as well. It's mainly on the west side of Madison. Really not seeing much on the northeast side up through DeForest and then Sun Prairie. But see the stretch of light to moderate rain really impacting some of the roadways, Highway 14, up toward Prairie du Sac, seeing some of that heavier rain as well. Otherwise, this will be with us for the next couple of hours, so allow some extra time. And some of this will be ponding on some of the roadways, and that could cause some hydroplaning. So slow down, allow a lot of extra space between you and the next vehicle. And even though, well, the sun will be up here in about 10 minutes or so, keep the headlights on so other people can see you as that rain is coming down. So here we are at 7:30, still seeing light to moderate rain right through the Madison area. Even at 9 o'clock, it does start to break up after 9 o'clock, 11 to about noon, maybe a shower here and there, but most of it should be done by the noon hour. Then we're just looking at cloudy skies with some clearing taking place off to the south and west, as we'll top out in the upper 60s and low 70s today. So 59 right now with the steady rains here in the Madison area. That'll continue at least into the mid-morning hours before starting to taper off during the noon hour. Here's our first morning traffic. It gets you right to that accident that is on the Beltline that's been impacting travel. That's really the only major crash across the area. We have seen a little bit of improvement now past Rimrock Road. You can see that's yellow now as opposed to red, but still we're getting speeds on the backside of it. These are eastbound lanes backed up to 151. We are seeing speeds of 30 miles per hour. That's your first morning traffic.
Thank you. We do have a live look at that scene right now that Kelly was talking about, an update to breaking news we're taking here. You can see just within the last couple of seconds that crash has been cleared. You can see police are no longer there, traffic moving along just fine. Police tell us no one was injured. It looks like 2 vehicles were involved, but as we approach the 7 o'clock hour, things looking much better out there. Remember, you can always track your First Warn traffic by downloading our First Warn weather and traffic app.
Well, if you haven't filled up your car in a while, be prepared. Gas prices are really getting up there.
Shane Hogan is here with why prices are rising and just how much you're paying this morning. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Josh. That's right. Prices at the pump historically drop after Labor Day at the end of the busy summer driving season, but that's not the case this September. Now, nationally, gas prices rose to $3.88 per gallon. That's according to AAA. That's the highest they've reached so far this year, and it's largely because oil prices are rising as well. Although the current national average is below that all-time record high of $5.02, that was back in June of 2022, things are 20 cents higher than they were at this time last year.
It's getting crazy. My car used to be $40 to fill up. Now it's $69.45. I'm over it.
Everything is so expensive nowadays. So you go up 5 cents, you go up a penny, that's going to do some type of impact in your life.
Well, gas prices are now at least $4 or higher per gallon in 11 states across the country. So let's take a look at what you're paying here in the Badger State. Prices are up to $3.64 across the state and a cent higher at $3.65 here in Dane County. Now, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says that she expects energy prices will, quote, stabilize soon. Lots of drivers hoping that's going to be the case because Chris, Josh, people are over it when it comes to those high gas prices.
You know, it could be worse, though. My folks said it's more than $4 a gallon in Minnesota. Shane, I know you said down in the Illinois region, too.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it's definitely still cheaper here in Wisconsin, so let's be grateful for that. But when it jumps that 20, 30 cents in a week or so, people feel that for sure.
Makes a big difference, especially if you're filling up a big tank. All right, Shane, thank you. Well, right now, Madison police are investigating after a child was hit by a car. This happened Thursday afternoon when the child tried crossing the street near Stevens Field. Their brother saw this and tried to push his younger brother out of the way, but the child was still clipped by the car's mirror. Police say the driver left the scene to park. When she returned, she could not find the children. Police are now asking for digital evidence this morning. Anyone with information should contact the Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
6:34 now. New details on a former Sun Prairie school resource officer accused of child sex crimes. A criminal complaint accuses Lamont Crockett of engaging in sexual contact with at least one student.
He is accused of pressuring other children into sexual behavior as well. Armand Rahman shares the key details of this investigation.
It was June of this year that a person walked into the Sun Prairie Police Department and said he was assaulted by his resource officer during his time at Prairie Phoenix Academy in 2017. The complaint identifies him as victim 1, who told police he was 16 at the time. He said Lamont Crockett acted as a, quote, shoulder to cry on because he felt lost. On social media, many former students spoke of Crockett as friendly with other students. Chris Gansky's daughter was in high school while Crockett was an SRO.
And she's like, yeah, he was kind of creepy. She always thought it was weird that he always tried to be like super friendly with people, you know, when you're supposed to be an officer.
But victim 1 said he now felt Crockett was manipulating him while he was having a mental health crisis. In a series of interviews, he reported having sexual encounters 3 to 4 times at Crockett's residence, but never on school grounds. Crockett allegedly told him about having sex with other students, and when victim 1 asked if Crockett would hurt him, Crockett allegedly said, if you tell anyone. Sun Prairie parents like Gansky tell me they keep finding themselves having conversations about safety with their kids.
I don't want you ever alone with an adult. I don't want you ever to go home with an adult, even if it's a teacher. It's very unsafe. You know, we have code words that we use for pickups.
Detectives also found another case involving a victim who was 14 at the time, also going through a mental health crisis. According to court documents, when they contacted Crockett last month to talk about his relationship and contact with a student, Crockett allegedly asked, unprompted, if it was victim 1. According to police interviews, Crockett said he hung out with students and parents knew it, saying, quote, I picked the effed up kids to try and mentor. He denied anything sexual other than a kiss, but his story changed, and eventually he described multiple sex acts in graphic detail. Crockett said he thought victim 1 had graduated when it happened.
I think the whole community got concerned when it became a news, article, and it's always shocking and just heartbreaking to hear about these sort of things that, people like this are so openly exposed to our children these days.
That was Armand Rahman reporting. After his time as an SRO, Crockett got a job with the Wisconsin DCI as a Medicaid investigator, but was placed on administrative leave when his arrest was reported. He is due back in court on October 9th.
Madison police say 2 boys are facing charges accused of stealing an Xbox. The crime happened at a house on Coolidge Street, just across from the Bridges Golf Course Sunday. A neighbor saw 2 boys, just 12 and 13 years old, break into a home. Police found them later with an Xbox in their backpack. They were both arrested for burglary and theft.
Now, first one traffic note. Work starts today on a project aimed at reducing congestion along the north shore of Lake Mendota. Construction crews will expand the road from 2 to 4 lanes on County Highway N between Onken Road near Governor Nelson State Park to Willow Road. The current 4-lane from Willow Road to Highway 113 will also be resurfaced.
This road has seen quite an evolution. Certainly during my lifetime, this has gone from somewhat of a country road connecting the outskirts of Middleton to the edge of Madison and Westport to today, which is a busy road used for commuting.
It's going to impact a lot of drivers. The hope is to have this project finished by next fall.
Now to a warning about a new phone scam targeting the elderly. The Better Business Bureau says that scammers are using a cloned voice that sounds just like a family member. They say someone else in the family needs help and asks for money. They'll say things like someone was arrested, that person was involved in a car accident, or they're in a medical emergency. The BBB says to have a question ready that only that family member would know. And if you receive a call like these, you can report it. The BBB has a scam tracker on its website.
More local news now. UW-Madison considered the 35th best university in the country, according to a new U.S. News and World Report. If you're wondering how this was determined, dozens of factors are at play, including graduation rates, faculty salaries, and first-year retention. Many of the schools that fared better than Wisconsin are private universities. When comparing public universities, Wisconsin is considered the 12th best.
A Wisconsin farm owner gaining some national recognition this morning. You got to see this. They brought their alpaca to a Starbucks. This is Carrie Harding and Oliver the alpaca from River Falls. Hardy says her daughter posted the video on TikTok and it got millions of views. Oliver is among 60 alpacas at the Eagle Eye Farm. You can visit him during weekday farm tours.
All right, Chris, hear me out here. Not a pup cup, but an alpaca.
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 Wait, we got a shot of all the whipped cream on the alpaca's face. It's just,
they are just the
they
cutest
adorable?
Little things. I can't get over it.
That's
and you
stuff.
know that the people in that Starbucks are, there it is. There's the whipped cream. Oh, we've all been there before.
Oh, love it. Our favorite story of the morning.
Oh, for sure. All right, 6:40 right now. Coming up, obesity-related cardiac deaths increasing over the last 20 years. A new report outlining the connection. Kelly?
Yeah, and the rain has really picked up in intensity here in the Madison area, so allow some extra time on your way to work or school. We'll have the first warn forecast coming up.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
DePaco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
And could not have done it by myself.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here at Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups, scheduled. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We want to make sure every child in Dane County has a warm coat to wear this winter, and we need your help.
Please donate gently used, kid-sized winter coats to any Clinky Cleaners. We'll clean them for free.
And Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County will give these to kids in need right here where we live.
Don't have a kid's coat to give? Log on to Channel 3000 to make a financial donation. Track our progress on News 3 Now and Magic 98, then donate to Coats for Kids.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, a new study finds obesity is leading to more heart attacks. According to research published in the Journal of American Heart Association, adults whose obesity contributed to their heart disease death tripled from 1999 to 2020. There is some good news, though, from this study. Heart disease deaths during that time dropped overall nearly 18%. Heart disease is still the leading cause of death for men and women in the U.S. The CDC says more than the CDC says more than a third of Americans are obese. The leading cause of obesity, a big imbalance between calories consumed versus calories burned.
With fall sports back in full swing this morning, health experts are sharing how to avoid a common sports condition. We're talking about shin splints. Doctors recommend taking things slow if you're returning to a sport after time off or trying to increase the intensity or vary your workout. You should also stretch before activity, wear proper footwear, and take rest days to give yourself a break. If you experience pain that doesn't go away, it may be time to seek professional treatment.
If you are putting yourself in a situation where it's just getting progressively worse, then that would really be like a big flag to come and see a doctor.
Dr. Vosser says resting your body is not only a prevention tip, but also part of the treatment plan for shin splints. He says to build in ample time to rest as part of any training regimen.
Kelly Slipka's out on the back patio. You hear that pitter-patter on the rain. How's it coming down out there, Kelly?
Yeah, it's definitely picked up in intensity over the last half of an hour or so, and we're going to continue to see at least this light to moderate rain probably for about another 2 hours or so before it starts to become more scattered. But right now, Madison is seeing some of the heavier rain showers. You can see some of those oranges, yellows moving throughout Dane County. You have some of those down to the south headed into Rock County as well, headed toward Janesville. But right now, it's right over Madison, seeing some of the heavier rains up toward Wanakee, off to the north toward Prairie du Sac, Sauk City, seeing some of that. Has not reached the northeastern corner, but it's lurking. It's likely to be hitting the northeast corner and southern parts of Columbia County as well. So as far as rainfall amounts, some of the rain that we've had so far, the heaviest has been there in parts of Grant County and Greene County. In fact, over an inch just south of Platteville, at least according to our Doppler track precipitation. Here in the Madison area so far, about 1/4 of an inch, but we're likely to be adding to those totals with this rain coming down. In fact, the heaviest amounts, additional rainfall, could be 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch here in Dane County. So some pretty good rainfall totals definitely needed, and we're not done with it after today. We do have more chances coming our way later in the week into the weekend. 71 expected today, kind of a cloudy, gloomy, rainy start to our Tuesday. Make sure you allow a lot of extra time headed off to work or school this morning. Make sure you allow a lot of space in between the vehicles this morning and keep those headlights on, even though we are now officially past sunset. So rain mainly this morning. As mentioned, pretty steady yet for the next couple of hours before it becomes more scattered. Low 80s, though. It's definitely going to feel like summer. This is the official last week of summer. Fall does arrive on Saturday. A chance of rain, though, it looks like Friday going into the upcoming weekend. Got a slow-moving storm system that's going to bring us more opportunities for some rain. So we got the rain this morning. Not much of a chance Wednesday and Thursday, but then we have more chances Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday of next week. Now, it's not going to rain that entire period, but we're going to have to dodge some rain showers. Looks like the best chance is going to come in on Sunday. Right now, 58 in the Dells, 59 in Madison, 56 in Watertown, Janesville at 59. The steadier rain starting to lighten up or become more scattered as we get toward 9, 10 o'clock. Between about 11 and noon, most of this should be out of here. Then we'll look at generally quiet weather for the afternoon. Some areas to the southwest may actually see some sun, so that should boost the temperatures well into the 70s. Then we're talking about a very slow-moving storm system that's going to be moving in, park itself off to our west, really producing some heavy rains. This is from Friday right through the weekend into early next week. Some locations in Minnesota could be talking about 3 to 5 inches of rain, but even here in the Madison area, maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches, a little bit higher totals expected right along the Mississippi River. First warm forecast does look fairly unsettled. We've got the dry period for Wednesday and Thursday with low 80s, but then we have those chances, those rounds of showers and storms Friday, Saturday, then especially Sunday. Sunday is going to be a washout, and then we start to turn a little bit more autumn-like with temperatures in the upper 60s by Monday and Tuesday.
All right. Kelly, we do need that rain. We really do. Thank you. Christmas is a little more than 3 months away, but the United States Postal Service's Operation Santa Claus program has begun accepting letters. The program, which helps kids in need have a special holiday, it's in its 11th year. Kids can write a letter with specific details of what kind of gift they want. The requests are put in on a website, Generous strangers then adopt letters and send the gifts anonymously. The website, USPSOperationSanta.com. That's USPSOperationSanta.com. Opens for letter adopters on November 20th. More than 25,000 wishes were mailed in last year. More than 21,000 were adopted.
Chris, I know you're wondering, 97 days until Christmas. The first day of fall is this Saturday, but some people are already thinking about holiday gifts. A new survey from Bankrate says 12% of Americans are buying gifts this month. Another 12% started back in August. 1/4 of people plan to do in-store shopping, while the rest plan to do a majority of their shopping online, looking for the best deals.
Major retailers like Amazon and Target and Walmart, they often roll out Black Friday type pricing in early October.
1/3 of people expect inflation to change their shopping. 1/4 say holiday spending will make a strain on their budget, while 13% feel pressure to spend more than they're comfortable with. One thing to keep in mind, avoid carrying a credit card balance because interest rates right now are more than 20%.
Like we just skip right over fall and we start talking about Christmas. We've got a whole season in between now and then.
I've already gotten like 2 or 3 things off my Christmas list, I'm not gonna lie, because they were good deals. You know, it's like something I can look forward to, so yeah.
To be that productive. Coming up in the morning sprint, a funding deal for the Brewers and how long they're going to stay in Wisconsin.
But first, on this September 19th, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Add comfort to your living space with new carpet from Marquee Industries. Soft Dreams carpet is luxurious and perfect for the whole family. Just $139 per square foot after rebate. Elevate your living spaces with Mohawk's laminate flooring. Mohawk Perfect Seal Statements laminate flooring is durable and waterproof, making it perfect for active lifestyles. Get Perfect Seal Statements laminate flooring for $299 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
When you're able to connect your finances and your gifts of giving and time and talent, it really helps fulfill my desire to be part of a greater good.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday! Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Republican legislators are proposing a bill that would give $700 million to renovate the Brewers Stadium. It would keep the team in the city through at least 2050. Republicans propose using the income tax raised by player salaries to pay for the state's portion of the funding. $200 million would come from the city and county of Milwaukee.
Madison police say that disturbance Sunday night on the west side that we had as breaking news yesterday morning was both a stabbing and a shooting. Police believe a 20-year-old got into a fight with a group of people and stabbed some of them. Then one of those people shot him. Police haven't arrested anyone in the case. The 20-year-old who was shot has serious injuries and is expected to live.
We are learning new details about the former Sun Prairie School resource officer accused of sexually assaulting a student. 34-year-old Lamont Crockett was charged with sexual assault of a child. According to the criminal complaint, the victim told police he was 16 when he was assaulted by Crockett back in 2017. He also claimed Crockett told him he was sleeping with other kids. Crockett is due back in court on October 9.
Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin providing abortion services once again for the first time in more than a year. The service is being offered at one clinic in Madison and one in Milwaukee. After the reversal of Roe v. Wade, Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban went into effect. But a Dane County judge ruled that the law banned feticide, not abortion, clearing the way for abortion services to be offered.
New in the morning sprint, Politico is reporting Elon Musk says he's working on making Twitter, or X, a subscription-based platform. Musk says the platform will charge users once a month for their use of X. Musk says he thinks it's the only way he can combat vast armies of bots.
All right, good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka. As we are looking at our high-resolution radar, you can see the moderate, occasionally heavy rain here falling on the northwest side of Madison, affecting Highway 12, headed up towards Sauk City. Highway 14 headed out on the northwest side as well. That's where the heaviest rain is falling right now. So a lot of the roads are being impacted by this moderate rain, a little bit of ponding of water on those roads. So slow down and make sure you keep those headlights on. But at 9 o'clock or so, a lot of this will become a lot more scattered. 9, 10 o'clock. Things will start to improve as far as the rainfall coming down from the sky after the noon hour. Should be topping out in the lower 70s today, as we will look at the rain chances going down as we get toward 10, 11 o'clock. And we are looking at improving weather tomorrow with sunshine and temperatures in the 80s Wednesday and Thursday before more rain later this week.
Well, definitely some much needed rain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Kelly.
A news and weather update coming up in 30 minutes.